Hey, it's the Live Music Showcase from WMNF in Tampa Community Radio, Community Conscious Radio, and we love to bring you live music. Today in the studio, we got Chicago Farmer, going to do some folky stuff for us today. He's in our big show at Centro Astoriano tonight. We'll be telling you more about that a little later on, but welcome. Let's let him start off with a song.
Thanks so much. This is kind of my Chicago Farmer theme song. It's called Dirtiest Uniforms. He could always be found in the backyard. The bases he'd round until it grew too dark. When his time came, he didn't hesitate. They put him in the game, and he stepped up to the plate. He was thinking curveball, but he got instead 95 miles an hour right into his head. He hobbled down to first with a lump on his face, and on the very next pitch, he up and stole second base. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. Board was out of touch, kids were out of reach. She never gave up on her passion to teach. And even though the school's on the wrong side of the tracks, she crossed over and she came and gave back. We knew she could have left, but she stuck around to get everyone else's feet back on the ground. Then we would thrive and we'd achieve, 'cause she's the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born. She had the dirtiest uniform. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born. She had the dirtiest uniform. Both of them folks, they were heroes to me. And I grew up with hopes of something to be. I'd watch him play, listen to her teach, and I set out on my way to practice what they preach. So I heard my calling, and I found my thing. Now I spend my Friday afternoons falling down trying to sing. But I get back up just like they taught, and I keep on working with the tools that I got. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I had the dirtiest uniform. Oh, the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I had the dirtiest uniform. Names in the lights, get out of the van. Another night singing songs with Todd Snyder with a bunch of Tampa friends. Been putting in the miles, we've been living the dream, 'cause it's all worthwhile the times you take one for the team. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born, but we've got the dirtiest uniforms. Oh, the catchiest sound, we weren't born, but we've got the dirtiest uniforms. Oh, the catchiest songs I don't perform, but I've got the dirtiest dress uniform.
Geez, I don't know. That's pretty catchy.
Yeah, I guess it is. Thank you.
Cody is our guest on today's show. He goes by the name of Chicago Farmer. I think it's a great name.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and he's on tour, folks, with Todd Snyder. They've been down in South Florida, and they're headed north from here, but they're going to be with us tonight at Centro Asturiano, a WMNF show. It's on at 8 o'clock. I guess you're going to take the stage at 8 o'clock, and Todd Snyder's going to come up after you.
Yeah. So,
right.
so show up at 7,
Yeah.
Give the opening act some love. Just get there at 7. Wait in line. Come on in early.
Oh, yeah. Kind of hang out with your WMNF buds here for a while. Wait for the show to start. I think that's a great thing. So, we're happy to have you on the show today. Cody,
Thank you much.
come from originally a small town in Illinois, it says on your little bio sheet here.
Yeah, it's a little town called Delavan. It's about 1,700 people.
Yeah.
And I grew up there. A lot of farms, a lot of factory workers, and in study hall, I kind of started writing poems and stuff like that. And
But it says on your little thing here you were listening to rock and roll and grunge music and punk stuff like that.
I was into that whole grunge movement because I didn't know really much what to do with myself or what I was into. Yeah, I was still trying to figure it out. So I was listening to all that kind of music, and then I heard my buddy's dad was playing some Hank Williams on an old acoustic guitar, and I really started getting into that. Yeah. And then that was kind of around the time when a lot of those grunge bands started going unplugged, on MTV, and I kind of fell in love with this acoustic folk kind of music.
The whole acoustic thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. And then you discovered some of the Chicago people like John Prine and all those guys.
Yep. After I played every bar and garage in my little town, I decided, hey, why not take a leap of faith and just move to Chicago, a town from 1,700 people to a town of 17 bajillion people.
Yeah,
and
got it.
I was going to start a band and call it Chicago Farmer, but I started falling in love with John Prine and Steve Goodman and stuff like that, and I was like, this folk music is kind of coming out of me, and it's kind of expressing more than if I had a 5-piece rock and roll band that turned up to 11. So, and I've been kind of doing that ever since.
All right. Well, Chicago Farmer, a good name for a guy picking and singing this kind of music. Hey, you can watch us live on Facebook right now, folks. Just go to Facebook, type in LMSWMNF, and you'll see us live. We've got a great crew here, and we'll tell you who they are in just a minute. But right now, let's have another song.
Yeah, you bet. I got a new album coming out in February. I'm recorded in Austin, Texas with some guys called the Band of Heathens, who I'm good pals with, and they're one of my favorite bands, so we locked ourselves in a studio down there. But this is another Midwestern driving tale from the new album. It's called Indiana Lion. Well, come on, boys, I can see the light in the shadow of my doubt. I'll make a run at the sun tonight and be home before it's out. Pour some fuel on the fire and I'll make good time. So meet me down at the Indiana line. Oh, meet me down at the Indiana line. Got a heavy thought, but my foot is soft, and we're 30 through these towns. Yeah, I won't stop till I make the drop and I turn this thing around. Well, I'll obey the signals, I'll obey them signs. Just point me towards that Indiana line. Yeah, point me towards that Indiana line. Yep. It's a make or break to the interstate, no way I could get caught. With a stack of bills and a hose to fill, I'd do it in one shot. I'll be the king of the roadkill, 2 birds at one time. I'm a stone's throw from the Indiana line. I'm a stone's throw from the Indiana line. There's an overhaul in the left lane stall, sheriff on my I'm falling way behind. There's a standstill, oh, in Danville. I'll be losing more than my mind. Come on, boys, they're flashing lights on the shadow of my doubt. I made a run at the sun tonight, now all my options out. Hope I make it back home to Illinois, the beating old refine. Yeah, this could be the Indiana line. Oh, this could be the Indiana line. Yeah, this must be the Indiana line. Yep.
All right, we love those road songs.
I got lots of them.
They're good. They're good. Got a lot of roads out there in the Midwest.
We do.
A lot of flat land out there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So our guest today, Cody Dieckhoff, otherwise known as Chicago Farmer. Is it Dieckhoff or Dieckhoff?
Dieckhoff.
Dieckhoff, good.
You nailed it.
Yeah, Chicago Farmer is the name he goes by, and he's going to be appearing with Todd Snyder tonight at Centro Asturiano in benefit for WMNF. You can still get tickets. They're only $20 in advance. I'm not sure if you can still get the advance price, but give us a call, see what we can work out for you. 813-238-8001. So, Cody, your mom's watching.
Yes.
On Facebook.
Oh, yeah, she's the best.
Yeah.
She's getting snowed upon right now. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry, Mom.
She up in Illinois?
She is. Yeah, Bloomington, Illinois.
Okay, so they're
Yep.
getting a lot of snow up there. Huh?
Yep.
Where's I-80? It says you said small town routes and turning heads north and south of I-80. Is that one of the main drags up in that part
It
of the
is.
country?
It goes east and west, and pretty much the Chicago Farmer thing. It sounds a little funny, but it really is true. I mean, when you think of Illinois, it's pretty much I-80 and north is Chicagoland, and everything south of I-80 is farms and
The farms.
and country folks. So
Okay. So
yeah,
it's like a dividing line.
Yeah, I started on the south of I-80 and then moved up north of I-80, and now I'm just everywhere, every road you could imagine. But yeah, and so I've lived in both, I've experienced both, and I'm an Illinois boy, true and true. So
how'd you ever get the idea you could pick and sing and get and decide you were actually going to do that?
I don't know. I started out like writing in high school just because, like, coming from a town of 1,700 people, there was really not a whole lot to do other than get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'll attribute it to my mom who's listening, because I used to go around town and kind of vandalize and break things and was up to no good. And I remember I had a counselor in high school ask me one time, "What do you want to do with your life?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "What do you like to do?" And I was like, "I like to go around town and vandalizing things and causing trouble and breaking things." So one day I came home and I told my mom that I wanted to be a musician, and she was thrilled. She was so excited.
Yeah, much better alternative.
Yeah, she couldn't be happier. And she just supported me right from the get-go. And she's like, "All right, if you're going to do it, you got to go all in." And I said, "I sure will."
That's great.
And so a lot of my friends don't have it that way. They don't have it as good as I did. So
yeah. Well, folks, you can watch our show at LMS WMNF on Facebook, just like Cody's mom is doing right now. We got a shout out to our great live music showcase crew. Wait a minute here. I'm getting a message. Big
Big
Here's the
info
message.
coming over the wire.
Tonight's tickets online until 4 p.m. Got to
Nice.
get your tickets online before 4 o'clock. If you wait till after 4, no dice. You got to show up and pay the price at the door, which is not that big a deal. It's like $8 more. But anyway, so that's tonight at Centro Asturiano at 8 o'clock. So I was about to give a shout out to our live music showcase crew. We got Mark Perfetti mixing it up. He's the sound man today. He's assisted today by Richard Stone and Marcy Connors, who is in charge of lighting and makeup. On cameras, we got Bob Hoke, Ed Lehman, and Sean Breen, Tom Connors, and Ed Lehman. Bob Hoke is the director of the whole thing. Randy's in the control room making sure the levels are okay. Let's have another song.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to do any more talking.
If you can make me sound and look good at 2 p.m., you're a good crew. Heck of a crew.
What's this going to be?
I'll send this one out to everybody in Illinois who's getting snowed upon and dealing with freezing rain. The song's called Postcards. And living in central Illinois for my whole life, I pretty much have always received postcards. And that's why I wrote this song, because I got angry about receiving postcards.
What do you mean?
But
why would you get angry about receiving a postcard?
I mean, I get a postcard from sunny Florida when I'm shoveling 4 feet of snow. It's not very fun to receive a postcard.
People gloating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm in Florida and I'm on tour with Todd Snyder, so now I'm sending postcards back home to people where it's snowing. And so I have to say that sending them is way more fun and rewarding than receiving them.
Okay.
So, this song is called Postcards.
Postcards, postcards, postcards. Well, I jotted ideas down, hoping that they would remind me to change my address and my town. So maybe you couldn't find me, 'cause I don't want to hear about a paradise. I don't want to hear how your weather's so nice. And I don't want to hear how tan you are. And I can't take any more of your postcards. Postcards, postcards. And I've been catching a cold all day. My plans got canceled by the rain. I wanna go collect my pay. If I look in the box, I'll go insane. 'Cause I don't wanna hear about a paradise. I don't wanna hear how your weather's so nice. And I don't wanna hear how the girls are. And my refrigerator's full of your postcards. Postcards, postcards. But I'm gonna have my day in the sun. I'm gonna have my time for fun. 'Cause I've got 2 weeks off in March. And I'm gonna be as high as the stars. And you're gonna hear about a paradise. You're gonna hear how the weather's so nice. And I'm gonna be up with the stars. And don't you worry, I will send you a postcard. Every day you'll get a postcard. I'll be sending you postcards. Oh, so many postcards.
Chicago Farmer, our guest on today's live music showcase here from WMNF in Tampa. I'm Bill Dudley. I'm your host today on the show. We've got a great show coming up tonight at Centro Astoriano with Chicago, Mr. Corey Dekoff by name. Chicago Farmer opening the show for Todd Snyder. And tickets are available online until 4 o'clock, as I mentioned earlier. And you can also get your tickets at the door. They're only $28 at the door, $20 in advance. All proceeds benefit your community radio station. And we exhort you to support live music wherever you can find it, here on the radio, on WMNF, around town, and our various venues in the Tampa Bay area. There's a lot of great places to go hear live music. And if you really enjoy what we're doing here on the show, you might want to think about becoming a member of WMNF if you're not one already. Give us a call here at 813-238-8001. or just go to our website, WMNF.org, and you can find out a lot more about the station, some of the great things that are happening, and news and stuff like that. You can also get in touch with us in the control room here by giving us a text at 813-433-0885, or call in on the DJ line at 813-239-9663. So, Cody, I think I said Corey by mistake, but Cody is our guest today, Cody Dieckhoff, and from a little town in Illinois. Now, you were listening to a lot of folky stuff. Tell me who your favorite people were besides John Prine back in the day.
Well, I definitely, like I grew up, didn't have much to listen to other than the radio, and I think when I heard Creedence Clearwater Revival for the first time, that was really got me going, got me excited about music, and that I could make soul music, and rock and roll music with 3 chords.
Yeah,
and then
3-chord songs.
Yeah, the best 3-chord songs.
Yeah.
And so they were an early influence. And then really, like I mentioned, like Nirvana Unplugged, I was like, I know these songs can be played this way, but now I'm like finding out that they can be played this way too, and like a stripped down acoustic version. And like to me, that whole Unplugged album, that was like, it was a folk album, it was folk music.
So I
fell in love with that.
Where did the ideas for the songs come from?
For me, before I had any experience and didn't do any traveling or anything like that, it was all kind of made up. So I would sit in study hall and I would just kind of go on these little adventures in my head, and I would start writing them down. And then eventually, when I started kind of troubadouring around the country, then I finally started getting some experience under my belt and start writing songs about the people I met and the places that I went. So
yeah, well, I guess when you're traveling,
keeping it creative at the same time, trying to.
I guess when you're traveling, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of interesting people.
Yeah, I've been saying the last couple nights I don't have any real, legit Florida songs, but the next time I come here, I probably will. I hope so.
Well, Florida is definitely different than anything else.
Oh, I love it, especially if I could come down here every January, I'd be a happy camper. So.
Well, I think everybody else would like to do that too.
Yeah.
And they are.
Yeah.
Well, do us another song.
Alrighty. We'll slow it down here a little bit, do a little finger picking medley here. This one's called Hats. Being a solo folk singer, I wear a lot of hats. The driver, the performer, the writer, but I have no complaints.
Take the names of the world, you can set them in a hat. Shake them up and see where you land at. And what will you go by? Who will you be? Will you call them like you see them? Will you see them to believe? If you want to know why I sat down just to know you. If you want to know why I sat down just to know you. Take the names of the cities, you can set them in a hat. Shake them up and see where you land at. And find you some space, you can make it your own. Find you a place and call it your home. If you want to know why I sat down, I came to town just to know you. If you want to know why I came to town just to know you. Take all the occupations, you can set them in a hat. Shake them up and see where you land at? Well, a Midwestern farmer if you know how to grow it, or maybe a teacher, or maybe a poet if you want to know why I write things down. I sat down just to know you. If you want to know why I came to town, I write things down just to know you. Take all of our tomorrows, you can set them in a hat, shake them up and see where we land at. But before we all leave, before we walk out the door, I'd like to get to know you just a little bit more. If you want to know why I sat down, I came to town just to know you. If you want to know why I write things down, I make these sounds. Oh, I sat down just to know you.
Oh, Cody, what a beautiful song, man.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I love that song.
Thanks a lot.
Wow.
I heard you're a finger picker. So.
Yeah, I just love that song, though. I mean, the melody, the words.
Thanks. And
They're
the voice crack really puts it over the top.
Well, that gives it a sense of immediacy or whatever. Cody Dieckhoff is our guest here. He goes by the name of Chicago Farmer, and he's a real, live, bona fide, authentic folk singer.
I tried to be. I've been doing this for so long and touring with Todd Snyder. I learned more with him in like 5 days than I learned on my own in like five months or 5 years. He really is the
I'd say
real
he's
deal
got it
too.
down,
So
right?
He's got it down, and he's just very authentic.
Yeah.
Just like his heroes are, and he's kind of become one of my heroes. So
Yeah,
we're trying to keep this thing alive. I like all kinds of music, but I'm happy that you people do what you do and support live music of all kinds, and I'm glad that a guy or a girl and just a guitar can pour their heart out and do their thing still these days, and somebody will lend an ear to it. So
Yeah, it's we think so too. We get all kinds of people on the show. We get bands and stuff, but I kind of like it when we just have real stripped down stuff like this. It's
Right
really,
on.
really, really simple stuff. So Chicago Farmer, our guest on today's show from WMNF. You can still get tickets for tonight's show until 4 o'clock. You can get them online at WMNF.org. And if you want to get them at the door, they'll be $28. $20 online, I think. So it's a good deal. And show starts at 8 o'clock, and it is at Centro Asturiano. If you're not familiar with that place, beautiful old Spanish club, social club down on North Nebraska Avenue. It's south of, kind of south of Martin Luther King, a mile or so, and just a beautiful place. So it's going to be a good show. Todd Snyder and Chicago Farmer opening the show for him. So who are you singing to? I mean, who are your people that come to your shows and like that?
It's really cool to see that at the Snyder shows, there's a little bit of everybody, kind of the outcasts to the people who are just completely normal. It's a good mix. I think what the really cool thing about the folk music crowd and scene that I've seen lately, and it's been happening in the last few nights too, is that there's a lot of young people will bring their parents, and then vice versa. You'll see a parent that brings their kid, and so it's kind of like, that's the cool thing about folk music that I've found, is it's very generational. It's like it doesn't matter when you were born, you can take it in and come to the shows. And we meet people at the merch table, like I said, it'll be like a 17-year-old girl who brought her dad, and then 5 minutes later we'll meet, an elderly woman who brought her son, or something like that. So I think that's a beautiful thing about live folk music.
That's great. Yeah.
My crowd, I guess, when I'm definitely, Midwestern to my core. I have my shows are anywhere from hippies to hillbillies to bikers to college kids to grandparents, So I like that. It's a good mix of folks because my songs try to reach out to everybody.
Yeah. Let's have another song.
You bet. This one is small town folk song. If anybody out there is from a small town, you can possibly relate to this one.
Tide won't know that I lost my shoes. Don't need a paper to know the news. Think I'll just go uptown. Everybody there's throwing around my name. Seems like I'm always catching that blame. It's just another one of them small town games. Think I'm gonna lose this round. 'Cause everybody knows the kind of life that you're bound to lead if it's wrong or right. Everybody knows all about your share of ups and downs. Everybody knows everybody in this town. Tall Molly in a mini dress. Saturday night she's a ballin' mess. Sunday morning she'll confess. Everybody's listening now. Later on down that same night, two grown men in a barroom fight. Factory's going back on strike. Everybody's talking now. Everybody knows the kind of life that you're bound to lead if it's wrong or right. Everybody knows all about your share of ups and downs. Everybody knows everybody in this town. Everybody knows everybody in this town. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the kind of life that you're bound to lead if it's wrong or right. Everybody knows all about your share of ups and downs. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody in this town. Everybody knows everybody in this town. Everybody knows. I woke up this morning with the last night's blues. Tide won't on, but I lost my shoes. Now it's no secret, me and Molly's news. Everybody knows by now.
Great song. Cody Dekoff, otherwise known as Chicago Farmer, our guest on today's live music show. We're happy to have him here, folks. You can be watching our show live on Facebook at LMS WMNF. We also have our YouTube channel. Tonight, Richard Stone will be our YouTube producer, will be putting our show up on our YouTube channel. Just search for WMNF Live Music Showcase. You'll find us there. And we got like 5 or 6 years worth of shows on that channel. Cool. You can watch some great performances on there. So yeah, it goes way back. You can give us a call here at 813-239-9663 if you want to comment on the show, or send us a text at 813-433-0885. And you can always email us at dj@wmnf.org. And check out wmnf.org if you want to get tickets for the show with Chicago Farmer and Todd Snyder tonight at Centro Astoriano down on Nebraska Avenue in North Tampa. It'll be a good show. Show starts at 8 o'clock. We still have tickets, $20 in advance, or $28 at the door. Check it out at wmnf.org. All the info is right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of we've been playing some really cool theaters, and they've been filling up really quick. So get your tickets if you're planning on coming out. Get them quick.
Yeah.
Before 4 o'clock.
Definitely. Yeah. So I asked you who you're singing to when you sing, and you told me that just people that show up and are interested in this kind of music. I think that's really great. Who do you have in mind when you write your songs? It's the same group of folks?
Yeah, pretty much everybody who I'm surrounded by. Today,
I mean, you sang it like a working class.
Yeah, I think it's working class folk blues music.
Yeah.
Definitely some Midwestern country involved in there. People say, you're from South Chicago, why do you have an accent? I was like, I don't know. I grew up in a little farm town. I guess I have some kind of a little twang happening. The next song I'll perform to you, and really every song, and the whole reason why I get to do any of this is because of my wife, who is with me today, who y'all met. So I'm not alone in this journey. My wife comes along with me, and she is the coolest human on the planet.
She's an artist, I believe.
She is, yeah. She makes guitar string jewelry. It's called Twice Upon a String, and instead of these guitar strings going into a landfill, my wife takes them and turns them into beautiful pieces of art and jewelry. And she gets strings from everybody, from Del McCurry Band to Todd Snyder and myself to Pokey Lafarge and Billy Strings and Elizabeth Cook, and I think she's working on some Emmylou Harris strings right now. So it's really cool.
So the strings kind of like have a provenance or whatever you call it.
Yeah, and each pendant she makes has a story behind it and who played it, and sometimes even when it was played. So
well, let's give her a plug. Does she have a website?
Yeah, it's called Twice Upon a String.
TwiceUponAString.com. Okay.
And it's not only that, but to totally blow your minds, today's her birthday. So I want to wish her a happy birthday to my wife, Kimber, and Twice Upon a String.
All right.
She's just chilling in a radio station making jewelry back there.
That's great.
Or probably grading papers, because she's also a teacher. So.
Well, Cody Dekoff is our guest on today's show. He goes by the name Chicago Farmer.
Yep.
And you've got another song for us?
Yeah, this one I'll play for her. It's I had tried for years to write a love song, because how many factory blues, small town songs can you write? You got to write a small town, you got to write a love song once in a while. So I put everything I had into this one, but I didn't have to work too hard, because when they're true, they just kind of come easy. So I'll send this one out to her. Happy birthday, baby. All my troubles, all my blues, well, they take a back seat when I'm with you. All my friends and my guitars too, well, they take a back seat when I'm with you. 'Cause you and me, baby, we drive around. You fix me up when I break down. And you're all that I need, babe, and you're all that I want. That's why I gotta have you here up front. All my troubles, yeah, all my blues, well, they take a back seat when I'm with you. All my friends and my guitars too, well, they take a back seat when I'm with you. When I'm with you, I get a little lost. Points of interest come across when I'm with you. Well, the night's on fire, eyes are wide when the road tires.
I'm with you, I get a little lost. Points of interest come across when I'm with you. Well, the night's on fire, eyes are wide when the road tires. You're so good to me, I'll be good to you. Be up front with me, babe, I'll be up front with you. And then I'll make this promise to you. If you're ever in my backseat, I'll be there too. All these troubles, yeah, all my blues, well, they take a backseat when I'm with you. All my friends and my guitars too, well, they take a backseat when I'm with you. When I'm with you, happy birthday to you.
Real nice song from Cody Dekoff, aka Chicago Farmer. He's our guest on today's live music showcase. From Community Radio, WMNF in Tampa, Florida, the station that dares to bring you live music 2 or 3 times a week. And we really enjoy doing our show here. We hope you like it too. You can watch it on Facebook Live, LMS, WMNF. Watch it on YouTube. And you can also listen to us at WMNF.org. We got our fundraiser coming up in a few weeks. It's going to be kind of intense. If you want to get the jump on that, avoid the rush. Give us a call or go to the tip jar at WMNF.org and put in your donation to keep this thing going. Community radio and live music around the Bay Area. Mark Perfetti is mixing it up today, assisted by Marcy Connors, who's also doing our makeup and lighting today on the show. Bob Hoke directs the video portion of this show. We've got Richard Stone assisting Mark also, and Richard is our YouTube producer. He puts this thing up on YouTube every night. And on the cameras today, we got Ed Lehman, we got Sean Breen, and Tom Connors. Randy's in the control room making sure the levels are okay. And that's enough talk from me. Tell us something good.
Oh, man. There's a lot of good
You've got like 5 more stops on your tour, and then you're going to go home for a much-deserved...
yeah, well, we're going to go home, and I think I get home on a Monday, and then return the rental car on a Monday, and then I got a gig in Chicago on Tuesday. So, that's the way it is. But, hey, we're all lucky to have work these days,
I got it.
I can't complain. That's what I love to do. So
you're going from here, going up to Jacksonville, I think, tomorrow, right?
Yes, indeed. And then Birmingham, Alabama, a couple stops in Georgia, Athens and Savannah, Charleston,
nice.
South Carolina, Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
That'll be nice. That'll be a nice tour.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get home, the snow will be gone, maybe.
I like the way you think. That'd be fantastic.
Or maybe there'll be more.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Cody, do us another song.
All right. This song is down where I'm from. We have a lot of farms and we have a lot of factories. And I worked a little bit on the farm. And this is a song I wrote after I worked at Caterpillar Incorporated for 4 days.
Oh, geez.
Never got a paycheck, but I got this song. I sent it out to a lot of my friends who have been working there for the last 30 years or who are about to start working there for the next 30 years. And... it sounds like a complaint, but really just like me, they're all happy just to have a job at all, so. This one's called The Assembly Line Blues.
I'm walking, I'm headed to the job. I got a hangover headache from singing all night long. I'm bleeding, please get me through. Ooh, you spend another morning with assembly line blues. My 15-minute break goes by in a wink. 15 minutes of work lasts for days, I do think. Another day, another dollar, paying my dues. You spend another night with assembly line blues. wouldn't last an hour with assembly line blues. Now the clock is striking 7 and I don't have a care. I got my hand on my time card, my finger in the air. Tonight I'll be singing in Tampa for you. Ooh, forget about my life with assembly line blues. The assembly line blues. The assembly line blues.
Good job. Good job. Cody Dekoff, he's our guest on today's show. Goes by the name Chicago Farmer. And Cody will be opening the show tonight for Todd Snyder. And I think a lot of people are going to come out just to see you, too.
Well, that'd be all right. Like I said, get there early because it fills up fast. And,
Yeah. You can get tickets online, WMNF, until 4 o'clock this afternoon. After that, got to wait till you get there. But go online, WMNF.org. Check it out. Check the website. See all the stuff that we're doing here at Community Radio.
Yeah, I know Todd's been coming to the area forever, and he loves coming here. But this is the first time he's played at this new venue. This kind of a really beautiful theater, which is perfect to hear his
it's very
his
historic
songs and stories. It really comes through the best that way. So we're excited to check it out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got 6 minutes to go. You think we can squeeze in a couple more?
Yeah, sure. I feel like we haven't done too many protest songs yet.
Oh, geez. You got some protest songs?
Well, I mean, the last one was kind of a working protest song, but yeah, this one is an environmental protest song. Not protesting the environment, protesting people who are protesting against the environment, I suppose it would be. I was asked to come down to Newport, Kentucky one time to play a benefit and a festival to try to stop mountaintop coal removal.
That's a good cause.
And being from the extreme flatlands of central Illinois, I didn't really know even what that was. I had no idea that they were doing that kind of stuff. So I researched it and I came down there and I wrote this song for them. And
yeah, it's a mess.
I don't think they knew what they were in for, but I wrote this song and I played it for them. And the point eventually came across, so I've been playing it ever since. So this is called Who on Earth? An environmental protest song with a central Illinois twist, I suppose.
I got drunk, lost my fishing license. You should have seen all the lights and the sirens. Well, the limit was 6, I called 7. Now I don't know how I'll get into heaven. And who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me who owns these mountain tops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? And I got a ticket for a busted headlight. It was 11 a.m., sunny and bright. Limit's 55, I was doing 57. mountaintops. Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? And I got a noise violation past curfew. I was screaming out questions like I often do. I turned my guitar up way past 11. Now I don't know how I'll get into heaven. Who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me who owns these mountaintops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? Well, believe it or not, I sobered up, got back my fishing license. Now security around me's been tightened. Seems poor criminals are kept on a leash, while rich criminals are catch and release. And who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me what men own these mountaintops.